Hello, you beautiful people. We are back on Colors and Covers. We're about to get started soon, so just chill out and watch behind the scenes while we get started. Just give us a minute. Oh, like I loved you before. Maybe it was me. I still believe the other way, but I say right here. We're gonna get started. I'll be a fool for you. I know myself, but I pretend. I leave it like I'm back again. I'm a fool for you. I love you time and time again. I know just how the story ends up. You know that I will be that fool for you.
What's going on? It's your boy Wayne Henry coming to you live with Miss Bella and some amazing artists. Follow me on Instagram, dreadful_poet, to get all your poetry needs. I'm excited. I don't know what poems I'm gonna do. I'm glad y'all can tune.
I love you time and time again. I know just how the story ends. Test.
Everybody's gotta project, so it won't be no feedback. If I turn it down low.
All right. I'm sorry.
And then if you press it again, it's gonna be. Yeah.
You want me to use the mic? You want me to just talk to the people?
Whatever you want. Actually, Wayne, you can use the mic.
You want to go first again? I know you was already in the groove. I don't want to just come here and steal your shine. Like check.
Sleeping. Do the thing again.
What's going on? We're live with Miss Bella. And you doing colors and covers. Follow me on Instagram, Dreadful Poet. That's Dreadful_poet for all your poetry needs. I'm excited.
Get weak when you touch me. Body, use it, sex games to get. The body's on fire. Hold on to you, be tired. Oh, baby, you got it. It's a real one.
Hey, you see me? It's your boy, Solo. You can follow me on all social media at Azul Bella. That's spelled exactly how you think it's spelled.
What's going on, everybody that's watching? My name is Chris Allen. I'm the artist that will be featured tonight. You can follow me on Instagram at nocturnal_artwork. You can visit my website at nocturnalartwork.net.
Thank you. Coach, can you turn him up a little bit? Him up a little bit. Talking to your mic. I don't know how to do that.
Hello.
The regulars. Regulars, so she could turn it up. What number is it?
Test, 1, 2.
Keep going.
Test, 1, 2. Dallas, Texas, Chris Allen. Whatever goes around, eventually comes back. Test, 1, 2. Dallas, Texas. Blue shoes.
You don't have to talk. What number does it say?
You can hear this one?
Test, 1, 2. Dallas, Texas. Wearing blue shoes. Now what's going on?
But his volume, is it different than ours? Than,
Everybody's volume
okay,
is
the
the same.
same. All right, so I need
So everybody needs to talk like you're talking.
Soft a little.
ready? Let's do it. All right, you beautiful people, this is Colors and Covers. We are back here at the markets. Y'all, please make sure you follow our artists that are here today. So we're gonna introduce them, and then we're gonna get the vibe started. First, can I get our painter here? We have Chris that joining us today. That is our painter. He's one of our featured artists in Dallas, Texas. And then we have Soho. That's me. He is one of our vocalists, and then we have our poet, Wayne Henry, in the building as well. Y'all give it up for them, right, please? Woo! Yeah, we have these gentlemen here today to show y'all some good times. So, we're gonna get the vibe started, and Wayne, can you give us a poem to kick us off, please? Thank you, thank you. You guys can.
So, ever since I was a kid, all I wanted to be was a poetic lyricist. I had dreams of my pen transforming into a paintbrush or a magic wand. I'd become a master magician, manipulating matter out of mystery, making memorable moments manifest when millions fold and mildew, bump immense smiles and mediocre poets. So make my music. The trick is to allow your mind to become limitless, create an entire universe from discarded words and broken sentences. We poets gather stars, place them underneath our tongue and spit out constellations, the Big Dipper, Northern Star, West, in between our teeth. We free slaves when we speak. What I mean is poetry's the galaxy's favorite form of speech. You smoke science, snort philosophy, geology, Greek mythology. You gotta get dog and I'm on the Iron Man. If you gave him the hook end of the stick using bold words that put on caps in America. I'm just an angry black man utilizing my voice. I'll caption America to revert back into hysteria. You know that Skid Row kid to make schizos cringe. This is the love child of my Andrew in the 18th letter I can. This is literally lyrically creme de la creme. Nah. This is God's son, like Jesus wearing Tim, removing his limbs just to showcase his body of art. We poets don't spit, we vomit, we walk out agony. Tragedy. Our poems write through the lens of Othello's hindsight. Now that's 1080p HD clarity, so you can see my pain pillaging through pages, soaked in tears and hollow hollows, humming down inhibited halls of heaven's gateways. See, poetry means nothing but the rhythm of God's heartbeat, and sometimes I swear we poets do it wrong. The way we recite on stage with the trap house where we should be pushing these poems depending on how the fiends want their hides and pieces of our broken emotions stuffed through dime bags, pairing with zigzags and let you smoke it. Look at this shit right here. This shit right here is called life. One puff and your ass will start living it. Or you might find inspiration and start your own damn business. This shit right here is not for the faint of heart. This is grown fucking business. We poets become Basquiat, waiting on suicide clouds to gather, to dissolve a decade to decade and see depicted by false lyricists who don't take this craft serious. So if you don't believe it, I don't believe it, period. I'm just trying to break the cycle of an anxious minstrel, bleed it, period, cycle, minstrel. I'll give you 4 to 5 days to think about it, give me 7. I write earth in the image of heaven, become the ghost of Nelson Mandela, pivoting like Muhammad Ali while ripping the chains. I will literally eat the chains off me. Come back next week just to do it all over again. So poets in a battle of lyricists, who y'all expect to win?
Thank you. Wayne, can you let the people know where they can find you?
You can follow me on Instagram at dreadful_poet. That's DREADPOET_poet. No, I spelled that wrong. DREADFUL_POET.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, so we're gonna bring up Soho. He's gonna give us a vibe. What are you gonna do? Sing for us, Soho?
Today, I will be singing a song I saw on TV. It's called If You Love Me, by Brenda Lee. She's got to be like 80, 90, if she's still alive. But yeah, I'm gonna take that.
We like the oldies.
Yeah, right. If the sun should tumble from the sky, if the sea should suddenly run dry, if you love me, really love me, let it happen. I won't care if it seems that everything is lost. I will smile and never count the cost. If you love me, really love me, let it happen. Darling, I won't care. Shall I catch a shooting star? Shall I bring it where you are? If you want me to, I will. You can send me any task, I'll do anything you ask. If you only say you love me still. When at last our life on earth is through, I will share eternity with you. If you love me, really love me, let it happen. I won't care. If you love me, really love me, let it happen. Darling, I won't care. It's funny to do that right after singing such a beautiful song.
That was made me want to dance in the grocery store. That was such a like. Okay, wait, go back. Wayne, join Soho on stage, please. Chris, can you join them too? All right, you guys. Wayne, I'm gonna start with you right quick. Tell us about your poem that you did for us right now.
I'm sorry.
Your poem.
Tell you about it?
Yeah.
So I call it poetry versus.
Wait, into the mic.
Mic check. Mic check. All right, so that piece is called Poetry versus Hip Hop. I wrote it back in 2017, and I was literally doing a show where it was poets versus rappers. So I just wanted to really write a poem that exercised my lyrical capability. I really like talking about my emotions and relationships and political shit and mental health and spiritual growth. But that one poem, I said, I'm gonna go ahead and flex real quick. So that's where that poem came from.
And when did you write it?
2017.
All right. So why did you pick that song today?
So we can tell the full story of why, right?
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. So around Christmas, maybe, I started going on like a binge of like all the Marvel movies. And talk about, yeah, I know. So because of that, I ended up at Loki, which is like a TV show, and it's like towards the end of it.
Yeah.
So that song is the theme song from that show.
Oh, really?
And I had been watching all the episodes, so at some point that song just was stuck in my head. I was
Awesome.
like, I like this. It's a jam. Right, exactly. It's hauntingly beautiful. Like,
That's awesome. That's actually one of the questions that I normally ask is like if you guys ever get inspired by a song that you hear in a movie and you go look at the playlist to that movie. Like, do you do that? Because I've done that sometimes.
I know I do. There's this one song, I think it's by Billy Joel, but it's from like one of the Hangover movies. And it's like, Down to Easter Alexa might be the name of it. Greatest song I've ever heard.
I literally wrote a piece last night. I go to sleep with one song on repeat, and I went to sleep together, but my mind woke up at 3 a.m. and wrote a poem. Like, I was listening to it awake, and it was a dope song. But I guess my sleep mind is like, nah, nigga, you don't hear the words. Get up and write. Like, so yeah, I'm inspired by music, TV, pop culture a lot with my writing.
Awesome. Chris, tell me what you have here of visual art for us today. I know that I was looking at these two, but can you give us a little bit of a breakdown of what you brought to show us?
Yeah. So this is like my vision of art that I have been building on for, I guess, about 5 years now. A lot of people like ask me like how I got the concept of the eye and how I just continue to build on that. And then like my art and stuff like that, I didn't have an art background, like it's painting and drawing and stuff like that. Even in school, I really wasn't into art, but I think I already had natural God-given talent, and my mom, she saw that. But I mean, I guess coming from the environment, like if you're not around people who are actually into art and stuff like that, you really don't appreciate it like that. So one of my relationships, I was married, and then we ended up getting a divorce, and I didn't really understand. It was a lot of questions that were unanswered. So during that time, I met this girl, and she had showed me someone who was into art, and they had an art show in Dallas. So I had got up and I had went to it, and when I had went there, I just saw the other artists, and then I was really inspired by it, and I was like, you know what, I think I can do that. So the next day, I had went to Hobby Lobby and I had bought paint and just bought a whole bunch of materials and stuff like that. And I literally had taught myself how to paint, but the whole thing about it was like, what I really was doing, I was like healing myself.
Yeah.
Because those were like, I'm painting for like 10 hours. And then I'm really like having therapy within myself, asking all kind of questions like, you're just thinking about things that you said, things you could have did better, or things like that. And just through that whole process, I taught myself how to paint. I just consumed myself in it. And then I got to the eye one day. I was at work, and then I was listening to this podcast, and then like I grabbed inspiration from music. Most of the time it's music. And I was sitting there listening to the podcast that day, and then I just had this urge to draw. So I had grabbed my pencil and I just started drawing. And like I would go to art shows and stuff like that, and like I would see a lot of people doing the same thing. Like I see a lot of people like painting rappers and the anime characters. There's nothing wrong with that. But I didn't want to be like that. I wanted to have my own thing, and I wanted something that represented me, like my personality, everything, like that's something different. So that day when I was drawing, listening to that podcast, I had drew this eye. And I was just drawing off the dome, just drawing. And I looked back and I was like, man, I really, really love what I drew. And I was so excited about it. I had text somebody, and then she was like, oh man, you did that? I said, yeah, I love it. So then after that, as soon as I got home, I pulled out a canvas and I had painted it. And then it was like a couple of weeks later, I had went to this art event, and I'm talking about there was so many people trying to buy that. It was people going back and forth trying to buy it, and I ended up selling to this girl that night. And then from that point on, I was like chasing that feeling, like that. It's almost like when an artist say, a musician, and say like, that's a hit. I already know it. Like as soon as they finish that song, they're like, that's a hit. That's how I felt. I was like, I gotta chase that hit again. And then finally I did another one. I kind of developed the skill of being able to tap into my creativity. Like I can just channel it. and I kind of got to get the mood and stuff like that, and I can just start flowing off of like creativity, and then like literally from that day, I just started kind of going with it, and then like I just kind of started taking off with it. That's pretty much how it came together.
So out of the pieces that you have up here, which one is the oldest? Which one is the newest?
Let's see. This one right here, that's the first one the one I talked about during that podcast, and I got the inspiration. That's the one I did.
That's the first one? That's wrong. And especially for it to be the first one, you're wrong.
Yeah, that was the first one, and then from there, I just kind of started taking off.
Which was the latest one though from these?
That purple one over there, that's the latest one that I did. And I have like several different variations of it, but a lot of people said they like the purple one the most. So, yeah. Yep. And I'm like right now I'm working on some also, but I haven't finished it yet. But yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so with that said, you guys give us a little bit of your own. Tell the people your handle and where they can find you.
Instagram, you guys can follow me at nocturnal_artwork, and if you see anything that you would like to purchase, apparel, I can do shoes. I did my shoes, stuff like that. You can visit me at nocturnalartwork.net. Yeah, on the shoes, yeah.
Brandon.
Yeah, I'm going in.
So where can they find you?
You can find me everywhere except for where you're looking. But on social media, you can follow me at I Said Soho. That's I Said Soho. No E on the end.
Oh my God. Wait, can you?
You can follow me on Instagram, dreadful_poetry. And you can look me up on YouTube, Wayne Henry Poetry. I got a few videos that I think y'all might enjoy.
All right, you guys. So one of our first questions that I want to ask you guys is if you could pick a song to distract yourselves, so which one would it be? A song, yeah. Like, you know, your anthem, walking into the door, the movie, all that. You can go.
Okay, so I don't know a song that particularly describes me, but I'm gonna say Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol, because like when I hear it, it's like, it's the feeling that I want to give somebody. Does that make sense?
Is the feeling that what?
That I want to give somebody. Like when they hear that song, I want them to feel like, damn, that's how I feel when I think of Kid. Or so, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, okay. Chris?
Oh man, that's a good question. Man. No. Can we come back to this? That's a good question because it's like, yeah, like dang. Well, I don't necessarily know a song, but I can probably say an artist. And I'm a big fan of his music because I like it. He's very, very creative.
Okay.
And it's Childish Gambino. Yeah, I can't name one particular song, but that's one of my favorite artists because he's so, to me, he's so talented, raw talent. And I think that, I mean, I'm not comparing myself to him, but that's like the closest I could if I, you know.
All right.
I'm a cheat. And look on my most played song on iTunes. Yeah, and it's Goddess by artist named Kobe.
It's what? What is it called?
It's called Goddess, and the artist is Kobe, Cobi.
Okay, why did you just pick the artists and these songs? You already said it so.
The song is talking about like I'm laying in the arms of a goddess tonight, and intimacy is very important to me. Physical touch is my love language. So to be laying with somebody and the thought process of like I'm laying with the most beautiful, amazing, spiritual person I've ever. That's to feel like it, and that's to feel like when I be staring off, like I'm not thinking about sports. I'm thinking about the last time I cuddled good. Like damn, I could use that right now. So that song is
Yeah.
my energy. Like,
I feel that.
yeah.
Okay. Cool. Why did you pick that artist? Oh, you said it right because it's just like okay, got you, my bad. And okay, so tell everybody where you guys are from. Originally, are you from Texas?
I'm from South Dallas,
Sorry, guys.
right there by the Fair Park. Don't walk alone.
Crazy.
I'm from Dallas. I grew up in Cedar Hill.
I'm originally born in Brooklyn, New York, and raised in South Central Los Angeles.
All right, thank you guys. Okay, so tell me, Will Wayne, I know that you've experienced performing and showing your artistry in other states and other places. How does that compare from Dallas?
Honestly, I feel more value outside the state of Texas as an artist. Like, the love is real. And I don't know, Dallas is just weird with support and art. Like, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. But Dallas is weird. I love that I'm here. I started a family here, but Dallas is weird as an artist. It's weird as fuck.
One more time, for the people that didn't hear you.
It's weird as fuck.
So,
I'm sorry, what was the question? I was stuck on weird.
oh, I'm sorry. Well, this is different because he's not from here. But have you performed outside of the state? Like, have you?
Yeah, a couple times.
How does that compare? Where have you been?
I've been to Atlanta, I've been to Oklahoma, like these are just trips, stuff like that. But I feel like the love is pretty much the same for me because like I make R&B music, so it's like either you really, really like it or you really, really don't care. So, you know, I understand that.
Okay. Have you done any painting or showcasing outside of Texas?
Hello? All right. So, really, right now, I'm just staying in Texas. Like, I go to a lot of shows locally in Dallas, Houston, Austin, and stuff like that. Only time I've been out of state to show my art was when I went to Louisiana. I went to New Orleans. I hated it. Yeah, I'm never going back, like ever again. But I'm really this year. I had a lot of things last year I had to focus on, so I didn't really. Half my year was focused on my career, and then the second half was like, okay, let me start actually learning my new role at work. So now this year, since I already got that established, I'm really gonna start pushing, my art to, blow up a little bit more and get more exposure.
So why didn't you like it? Why didn't you like it?
Well, first of all, first when I rode down there by myself, and that 8-hour drive, it just everything was dead, and I was just like, man, I don't have anything to look at. Then when I got down there, it was cold, it started raining. The hotel didn't look like what it, online would look like. Then when I actually get to the art show, I don't know, man, it was dirty. I was just like, man, I was ready to get, like, after the show ended at, I think it ended at 2. I had left at like 12:30, and I was supposed to leave at like 8 in the morning. I laid in bed to like, I don't know, it was like 2:30 in the morning. I just got up and left. I said, man, I'm never coming back here. Yeah, I'm good on New Orleans. Like, hey, anybody from New Orleans, hey, we good, but I ain't going back to New Orleans. Like,
How over a situation you gotta be to just get up at 2 in the morning? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going home.
I don't even care. I'm awake.
yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry. That sucks. Well, I definitely agree with you guys. Well, I agree with part of it. Dallas is a different experience when you're, getting love and experiencing artistry and of all kinds. But it is very different. I do see it growing, and I do see it kind of exploring into different phases, I guess, and some stuff coming back, but we do have a lot of new people in the space, so it fluctuates, I guess. Tell me what is the most like your favorite part of your artistry individually? Like, what is the thing that you're just like, man, I could do this forever, and that's the thing that makes you want to do it forever.
I'm going to steal this before he gets a chance to say it. I'm going to say writing. Haha, good luck. But yeah, I'll say I could write a song or any songs all day. Like, wake up, write a song, finish that one, write another one. Like, that part. The singing is cool, the performance is great, but it's like making that song is the whole point of me saying I'm an artist. So,
I would say like my creativity, seeing how far I can push it. That's like the thing that I feel like I can do forever. Like a machine, I can keep kicking it out and just challenging myself just to see what else I can do. And I think that like the thing that inspires me and motivates me the most is like when you create something that nobody else will ever have. Like that wouldn't exist if I wasn't here and I didn't exist. You would never see it as art. You know what I'm saying? That's why I talk to other artists and then I say like, man, like I don't even look at a whole lot of other artists' work. Like I really don't. I do a little bit, but I really just, it's like a skill set. I feel like you can kind of channel like your own creativity. Like it's so unique that it could never be replaced. Like nobody ever can do what you do. Yeah. So that's like the biggest thing for me. Like just pushing myself to see what can come out of me. That's big.
You guessed it, writing. It's also the creative writing. And like you said, you're creating something that nobody else can. I don't read poetry because I don't want anybody else's style to rub off on what I'm doing. I support them, but I don't read poetry. I read books. I read more than I write. But the writing process is like the grit of it. There's nothing that can be happening right now in the world if it wasn't for writing. The ability to write has changed the trajectory of mankind. So being able to articulate and depict and give imagery, I fucking love it. I would write a line and read it, that one line, I would read it like 20 times. Like, what's a better way to say this? Is this the most creative way I can say this line? And 9 times out of 10, I'm stuck on a line for like a good hour because the English language is literally magic. We speak and profess things with what we say. So being able to pick and choose how I'm saying it and being intentional on what I'm saying makes poetry the love of my fucking life. Like that's why I put it.
Okay. So I know with the love of your life, you often have things that you don't like. So what are the things that you don't like about your artistry? The things that you're just like, man, you know what? I could take a little break.
I hate the search for perfection. Yeah. Because that will keep me up at night and keep me on something that I've already done correctly. Like it'll be a big monkey wrench in your program. So yeah, it's like you gotta know you've done enough. And if you do something else, that's too much. So yeah, that search for perfection can really.
But at the same time, you worked on a song, and then you're like, all right, it's cool. And you tell yourself that. And you go back and do something and change the whole fucking song, and now it's a hit, right? Yeah. So it's really hard to cut it off.
Hence striving for perfection. Because just that quick you can rationalize, nah, watch this. So yeah, it's a struggle.
Chris?
I would probably say like having too many ideas all at once, and then I think of something, I'm like, ooh, let me move on that. Then I start on it, then I'm thinking of something else pop up, or I see some inspiration from something else, and then I'm like, ooh, I want to do that. And it's like, hey, hold on, go back, finish that first. that happened a lot of times. I got a lot of stuff that's unfinished just because I'm like, it's like when you feel it, you want to move on it right then and there, and after that, like I mean, I come back to it till way later, so that's a little frustrating sometimes.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I agree with trying to be perfectionist.
For me, the bad part, I view poetry as my lover, and she is stingy and selfish with my fucking time. She's demanding. She's never satisfied. And I'm never really enough for her. I can spend all the time in the day writing, and I lay down, and I just feel the spirit of poetry, like you ain't done it. You got more shit to write, you know what I mean? So the stubbornness of poetry, the stinginess of her is the bad part. And she ain't gonna let me put nobody in front of her except for my kids. Or maybe that's me, and I'm using poetry as an excuse. I don't know.
What are y'all saying over there?
Just that he was right.
Oh.
He snapped. He ain't said nothing wrong.
All right, guys. So, damn, I had a question in my head and it popped out. Okay, so let me ask you something else. All right, so, do any of y'all know how to play instruments?
I can play enough piano and guitar to impress a lady.
Hey, same thing.
I cannot, you guys. Wait.
Same. Yeah.
Well, at least y'all could do that, so whatever.
All you need is like 1, 2, at the most 3 songs, and you good.
I just got like a few strings. I can play like 15
That's
seconds.
what I meant by song 15.
I'm
Most songs.
you guys. Because I was gonna say, if you know songs, which ones? Because if you give me something like Mary Had a Little Lamb or something.
Nah, okay, so on guitar, I can play Hey There Delilah. It ain't nobody in the world that's gonna not want. Come on, exactly. Everybody want to hear that and sing along.
Yes, that's my, I call that my, the way people song that I like.
Fair enough. It's right down the same line with Chasing Cars. I'm telling you, I got a whole thing. And on piano, I can play Fur Elise. So, yeah.
What song is that?
It's not Beethoven.
Oh, ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris? What can you play?
Let me see. No, the piano, what I did is like, it's the same thing with like my art. I started teaching myself. So I had, I learned a few chords. And then with those chords that I learned, I was able like to freestyle some stuff. So I could make somebody think that I can play. Cause you know, if they don't understand what you're doing, you playing, and I'm like, I'm freestyling this. And they're like, hey, what is that? And I'm like, I'm just making this up. So that's pretty much
You baby, you.
right. Yeah. So, yeah. So I just gotta learn the chords.
What's her name here?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And the same thing with the piano. I learned a few chords. I was learning them at the same time because I was just like, okay, well, I understand what chords are. If I can do the same thing, but just get the actual muscle memory down with my hands with the piano and the guitar, I can do the same thing. So it's kind of just freestyle stuff.
I can do the first 15 seconds of Age Ain't Nothing But a Number by Pretty Ricky. Y'all know how that motherfucker start off.
That's a hit.
Man. And it just left my brain that quick. Maybe I ain't supposed to say it.
Right?
Supposed to give up the
Because
game
y'all
right there.
not supposed to be doing this, okay?
Yeah, say all that.
Giving away secrets right now.
Yeah, that's a trade secret. You keep that tucked.
You get exclusives here on Colors and Covers.
And the crazy thing about like instruments, you can nowadays you can get on your phone and learn how to do any fucking thing. And it's crazy. And I kind of think it dilutes the artistry, right? Because you got niggas that actually play instruments that got it from the mud, and you got niggas like me that just like looking at the YouTube screen. And the same with poetry. They write a poem in the vein or tone of another poet, or somebody think that they can make music. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our job as artists, I believe, is we gotta separate ourselves from them. But the problem is there's so many of them. Like people really, they'll fuck with you, but the talented people are, what's the best way to say this? I don't want to seem like I'm hating. The people that put the most heart and passion and creativity into it are at the forefront. One, because they don't want to and they don't like the attention, but also they don't want to be seen with the other people on the forefront that don't believe it the way they do.
That's true. That's very true, and that's across the board on all artistry. Because it's like, I'm really doing it, and then you just come and try to just, do whatever kind of job, and you think you could do it just because it came out okay. No. First of all, you missed like 4 steps on doing it. Really something. I feel that. Okay, so if you guys can wake up tomorrow with full-blown real talent for an instrument and y'all know more than 1 or 2 50-second songs, which instrument would it be?
Acoustic guitar, my bad, bro. I know we had a
Nah, you good.
but
I'm
I'm
with
with
you.
you. Like, if I could play the acoustic guitar or sing a fucking poem, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
It's gone. Like, yeah, that's.
I agree with the guitar, but I think that's because it's one of the hardest instruments because of all the dexterity you need to do it. So yeah, I would say that because if I can play guitar, like you said, I can play piano, I could easily play drums. So yeah, I'm gonna say guitar.
I'm gonna stick with the piano because when I started my art, I was starting piano at the same time, and I was doing both. But that took off because people started asking like, "Hey, you paint this? I'll pay you." So then I kind of had to shift all my, and I definitely like now I'm kind of at a point where I can start trying to get better at the piano now since I kind of like built that skill set on this side and go back to something I was really enjoying.
Okay. So, the guitar is one of the hardest instruments?
I would say so.
Why again?
You ever seen somebody playing guitar and like how weird their fingers look? Do you honestly think that you can make your fingers like that? Like, we're not even talking about them hitting the right chords and strings yet. Just make your fingers that ugly. Like,
So let me tell you about when we paint, we have to hold our hands like this for hours, and it got to be up.
mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Have you done murals yet? Yeah, okay. Oh, you guys. I've legit painted like a mural somewhere for 8 hours, and then they were like, let's go party. Everybody that was there, whatever. Like my hand was shaking for everything because I couldn't do it. And I was like, oh, it hurts, yeah. So I mean, after the strings, I guess strings are
That's all I got. I think a wood instrument or like trumpet, something like that would be a lot easier because it's not the same movements. So, yeah.
I look at saxophone players. I'm like, bro, you just breathing.
No, that's not just breathing.
I know it's not, but my brain simplifies it. Like, you just breathing and doing this. Like, I can learn that in a day. Like,
No, let me tell you, I know you guys do breathing exercises, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you speak or when you do things or whatever, right? My son plays trumpet. This is how I know. He would tell me, he's like, man, I'm so lightheaded. Because you have to hold your breath. You have to like breathe in a certain amount so that you can get that whole like little thing out, you know? And then you have to keep your mouth a certain way, your lips have to be a certain way, and you have to be swollen afterwards. And like honestly, the breath thing, he said that was like one of the hardest things because you get lightheaded after a while. And you're like constantly having to hold your breath and
I believe my brain just simplified. Like, I honestly think about open heart surgery. Like, all you gotta do is be still. Like, that's how my brain says shit. Like, just don't fuck up. Like, no, it's a talent.
Wow.
Right, so come with that.
That's the artistry that you was talking about you had right now.
Right.
Oh god. All right, so if you okay, so tell me you guys, what do you think about music and how it changes your mood? Like what do you actually do you have something that you use to then work through your own artistry? Like let's start with you, Chris. Do you put a certain type of music on or a certain type of mood on to help you get influence in something in certain ways?
Absolutely. I never paint without music. Like I listen to music more than I watch TV. I mean, as soon as I wake up, I'm listening to music while I'm getting ready to go to work. In the car, I'm listening to music. When I get to work, got my AirPod in. When I start painting, I burn some incense, and then I play some music. And it kind of it's like rocking a little baby. It just kind of like ease you right into the mood, and then you kind of just give you a creative space. You know, I kind of feel like not getting like too deep about it, but it's just kind of like you listen to somebody who's doing the exact same thing that you were doing. They were in a creative space when they were making their music, and it's just like they kind of ushering you in to get in that same creative space, and it's just like, all right, we're here now, so let's make something.
I got you. Yeah, whatever. So,
Like a specific artist, that was the question, or like something that gets me in the
like, do you put any type of specific music, or do you use music to influence you while you're working on your artistry?
Um, okay, so like I rap and sing, right? So when I'm making more rap beat music, I gotta listen to Lil Wayne because like the way that he plays with words is like it shows me so many avenues for creativity. And when I'm like making R&B stuff like that, I'm usually listening to old music like Alabama, but stuff like that. So it puts me in the more serene, calm mind frame to create stuff like that.
Awesome.
So,
I have a very, I'm addicted to music. I walk around the world with my headphones on. I brought them in here, like even though I'm supposed to be interacting, I have my headphones on. It's a mood maker. It's a mind shifter. It's an escape from whatever's going on around me. When I can't find my headphones, like I'm uncomfortable. Like I hear people talking and shit. Like I don't want that. But I do listen to a lot of R&B or a lot of slow songs. I love hearing the words. Stevie Wonder's pen is fucking ridiculous, man. And I just like listening to good shit that puts me in the mood to write. I can write a poem to an instrumental, an R&B instrumental, nonstop. But if I'm just in the room and it's quiet, I'm having anxiety attack. Like I need music. I have to have it.
So, what's your favorite song? Like, what's your like go-to? You said you play like one song to go to sleep, right? Is that your go-to song, period, or is that just like you pick a different song every night?
Every song, every night, I try to pick a different song. Music talks to me, and sometimes I want to go to sleep and hear it in my dream, and it'd be like a movie sometimes. I don't know if y'all do shrooms. Can I talk about that?
You can talk about, yeah.
Yes. I take some shrooms and put a song on repeat. Yeah, like music is I can't explain it well, but like music is the shit. Like it's outside you can't have music without writing. Like music is like more than this music is my mind. And so more persons think I subscribe to that.
So, what's your favorite song? Oh wait, did you say the song?
I did. I don't. Gun to my head, I would say "Sweet Love" by 112.
Oh.
Y'all go check that one out. Thank me later.
Yeah, I was just listening to our voice melody. So, I know these questions be pressure, the ones about having to pick one thing like the
right.
Like
so much
capacity of like
how dare I?
Yeah.
But I really don't think I have a one favorite song. Like I don't listen to any song on repeat or even every week. Like I just kind of no, unless it's like my music because I'm working on it or something like that. But other than that, I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite song. Does that make me weird?
Yeah, a little bit.
There's Yeah, I agree with that, man. It's just I can't do everybody else like that by picking just one song, but I can say that like maybe I might be listening to a song at that moment, and I'm like playing that one a lot, or like a certain song will kind of make me think about a certain time in my life because I was playing a lot. That's a big one. Like last year, I had listened to Don Tolliver a lot. Like his album, that was the album I listened to the most last year. It just kind of like, I don't know, it kind of bring me back. So, I mean, I can't just say I have one, but when I find something I'm feeling at that time, I wear it out. And then, you know, I move on to the next one.
But artist I slept on was Jig.
Yeah.
That boy cold,
Nice.
man.
Nice.
The Forever track, the city you just dropped.
Yeah.
I'm mad I'm late on that dude. That nigga's man is ridiculous.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm really bad at it, sorry, y'all. Okay, so, do you guys dance?
Like the women all the time.
What?
I don't dance by myself.
But like, do you know how to dance?
I mean, yeah. I'm from Dallas. It's like, yeah, everybody know how to dance.
No, that don't mean.
Just come with the territory.
No, I don't think so.
What?
Chris,
Go
do you have
outside,
dance?
random person.
Yo, when I moved out here, niggas was like, I'm like, yo, what? Come on.
That's different, though.
What?
That's different.
This dude is air humping the ground.
Yeah, going in.
I was niggas crip walking and shit, like, you know, like this is Chris Brown.
Yeah, they dancing.
Okay, but that's like you guys know what I mean.
Well, the thing what he talking about is like people now. I think that things kind of like move in waves. Cause like back in the '80s, people in there breaking and doing all that, and that was the thing. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like it got to a point people weren't dancing like that. Now with like TikTok and all that, man, everybody know how to dance, and they just. I mean, people just. Everybody knows how to dance now, but I can't dance. I got rhythm, but I'm not gonna be like at the club. Everybody move out the way, make a circle. I'm gonna get in the middle. You know, I ain't like that.
I had to gain a strong security in myself with dating, because the chick like, come with me up dancing, go dance with one of them niggas. Like I don't dance. You can give me a lap dance.
Oh my god.
But I feel weird, like, and I feel myself moving, and it makes me stop.
So if you're home by yourselves, y'all, there's never a time that you put on a song and you're just dancing by yourself at home, just like going crazy with your own energy.
But that's my private personal business.
So
Maybe. I would not confirm nor deny.
whatever, word. That's a yes. Look at Chris, he's angry when he said.
But I know I wouldn't
Yeah,
go by
you're
myself.
doing this. What is that movie that the guy like runs and slides into the thing when he's wearing the white shirt? Yes, yeah, y'all be doing that? I know you do.
Oh yeah.
Y'all guys have dressy shirts. Right, tight waist. All right, you guys. So, do you guys enjoy live music?
Absolutely.
What's your favorite part?
Honestly, for me, one thing I always like, man, I gotta hurry to give me a house. The bass, that bass, when you go somewhere live, man, that thing hits you in your chest, and you can feel your shirt. Like if you got a shirt that's kind of oversized, your shirt vibrating. That right there, man. Oh man, every time I go to somewhere live, man, that's one of my favorite parts.
That's true.
That's
So cool.
I would say for me, it's watching the performer, like every move. Like I want to see how you're performing and how you're producing the sound. So it's like I'm just studying everything you do.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when I go to a live show. Doesn't really matter who it is. Like they could be famous or not. If you sound good, I want to know how.
And
Like
like cheese and then be like, I'm into
right,
it.
yeah. It's like that. That's a special gift.
I agree. I like watching the band's chemistry. Like you can tell they practice their ass off. Like when the drummer look at the guitar, let's do that thing we was talking about.
Yeah.
Like, do
Do it. I'm ready. I love loud music. I like I said, like my headphones. If I cut them on right now, y'all, this whole room would hear it. I'm gonna be deaf in a few years. years.
Oh my gosh.
I love live music. Love it.
Okay, so if you guys had to like pick somebody to like collaborate with or whatever in your own individual artistry, or maybe not, maybe like in something else to bring it into your artistry, what would you? I mean, who would you pick? They could be dead or alive. I know this one's a hard one too. We have to pick someone. And that goes for artistry as well. So I'm not sure if you like follow other artists, like, you know, are you inspired by anyone that you would want to like maybe collaborate with? So Chris is looking at you like take the lead.
Okay, so for me, because I make, you know, music, there's a lot of different answers there. Like I would love to make a song with Frank Ocean because he could show me something that I didn't know. Same way I was telling you about, you know, watching people perform. I'd like to see what he does because there's no way he just sounds like that, you know, like that shit's crazy. But also like I'd like to do something like artistic to where it's like I'm working with a director for like a string of movies or, you know, videos, something like that. So I said like Quentin Tarantino, something like that, to where we just do like a whole album and it's like a movie though, but it's like each song is like, oh, that should be hard. Get at me, bro. I know you see these.
When?
India Ari. Like anything, just like the sound of her voice. So I would love to write a song to anything. I mean, write a poem to anything she writes about or sings about. When I have writer's block, India Ari is what gets me out of it. Ready for Love and Long Goodbye. She's just fucking phenomenal.
So like I said, I'm not really all in the art scene like that, and growing up, and learning about the greats and, you know, all of that. But I will say that I would probably want to collaborate with somebody that people don't even know about. Because I feel like, man, you find some of the most talented people, and then like the stuff that is like mainstream, it's trash. It's trash. Some of that stuff not even that good, and it's like we conditioned and it's marketed, and people are conditioned to like it. But I don't know. I kind of feel like sometimes, like he was talking about earlier, like you not saying other people aren't passionate about it, but it's like if you take a bunch of artists that all do the same thing, you put them in the same room together, y'all know who, like amongst the artists, y'all know who the big dogs are in here, you know?
That's all like niggas playing with me. Like, nigga, you know.
You know, yes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's, yeah.
I was tripping. My bad, bro.
No,
You good. You good. Yeah, well, like that.
yeah.
You know, niggas know, but they act like they don't.
Yeah. And
They love making little posts. That's
They know exactly what I'm talking about. So it probably be somebody that extra cold nobody knows about. That's what I want to collab with because it's raw and it's real, you know.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so you brought that question and I forgot back up. So writer's block. How do you guys deal with that? Because I know I have writer's block. I know I have that. And like I just learned this thing that it's like we get depressed before and after we finish a project. All artists, we get a little depressed beforehand because we're just like so nervous and thinking about it, and we're just like the perfection part, the do I change it? Deep is and like, is it done? Is it done is the worst thing ever because it's just like, I could do a little bit more, but like, how do you guys feel about and how do you deal with it when you have like writer's block or painter's block? If you had it.
Okay, so when I have writer's block, I write for someone else because then it's their problem. But no, really, yeah, like I'll just, you know, go to somebody or somebody come to me like, hey, I'm working on this, can you help me finish it? Or I have this beat, I don't really know what I want to do with it perfect because I haven't known what I've wanted to do for a long time. So let's go find out together. You know, like And in that, I'll not only help them finish what they're doing, but it'll spark something in me to either finish something I've been working on or, start something. So
Yeah. Awesome.
I guess writing would be the answer.
Yeah.
I would say when I have writer's block, I just make lists, a grocery list, random foods, write it down. How do I feel about that food? I feel this way. Then Google antonym or synonym for that word, and then use it in a sentence, and then do it with all the things on the list, and then before I know it, I'm back in rhythm. But it takes a lot to even build up the energy to do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but when I'm there, like, all right, I need to pay a bill, I do that, and then I'm back.
I would say that if I'm feeling like that, and I'd say my frequency is not that good at that moment, I just stop. Because I don't try to force stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's not flowing, I'll be like, man, let me just put it down, and then I'll wait until I feel. But I will say this is just like my personal experience. I like what I want to shoot for was like going through this journey, learning how to paint. It's like I wanted to be stronger at creativity, but my skill set wasn't that high. Or I had all the ideas, but my skill set didn't match, so I couldn't really make those ideas look the way I wanted to. Then as time went on, like you get other people that's like highly skilled, but their creativity is low. Like I got somebody like a musician, and if I say that, I'm gonna offend a lot of people, but I feel like dude's skill set is great, but I think his music is not that good as far as creativity. And I'll go ahead and say, if anybody want to fight me, go ahead. Anybody, Chris Brown to me. I know.
That boy.
Bro, I have a good night.
But hold on. Like, and I be challenging people. Like, I challenge, even the same thing with Alicia Keys. I'm like, these people are highly skilled. But I was like, name 3 albums you can listen to front to back. Name 10 hits that they have, not features.
This ain't like a music podcast or something like that. So I just want quick answer. Because they don't work themselves, it's kind of a little harder to just be like, oh,
Gotcha. I get exactly what you mean, bro. I disagree, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not allowed to put things out like, they would want to. They're under contract. So.
Because are you as an artist? That's not, I don't know. Like there's certain artists we can't even compare with other artists. Like you don't even write your own shit, right? You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. Now that you said it, my mind is racing. Okay. I get you.
Mike.
Yeah, it's hard. I understand what he's saying, but it's just like, I really want to see what you made of.
Yeah.
Because, like I use Prince, for example, to me. Prince, to me, he's like one of the greatest musicians ever to me. Like all the instruments he played, he can sing, write, I'm like, man, that dude cold.
Yeah.
But
he was cold when he was a teen.
I want to change my answer. I want to work with Prince.
Oh.
There you go.
The way I judge artists, singers, is what happened if you live at a show and the equipment don't work and you got to carry that show for 2 or 3 songs, no music. You know what I'm saying? And it's only a handful that can really truly do it.
Yeah. There is.
I don't deserve that straight up. I just want to say that.
What?
I said Chris Brown ain't deserve that straight up.
That was a headshot. He said you ain't hit Chris Brown. You not him. You not him.
Man, look, I respect that dude so much. Like, to me, I just feel like he has all of the attributes to be as big as Michael Jackson. Like,
We can't do that. We're not gonna do that.
okay,
Let's move on.
he up there, man.
Let's move on.
He's up there, bro.
He's definitely inspired by Michael, but he's like,
We live in a different world today.
yeah, he's one of the people that take advantage of like the real artists. Like I don't think he's ever reached his maximum capacity of artistry because he's never really
coasting.
Yeah, he doesn't really want to explore it. He wants the fame and all that good stuff, quote unquote. But like in reality, he's never really given us like, some raw stuff. He was a kid before, like, you're just under contract.
And that's part of the problem too, right? Like
Yeah.
you didn't even have an opportunity to grow in your artistry. We watched you from the
Yeah.
ground up.
Yeah.
So it's easy. But now Mike did the same shit. I can't even give him that.
But I guess that was different too because like his parents were into music and the whole family was in music. Like literally the whole family was in music and acting and all that other stuff. Like it's a different type of upbringing. Like Chris's parents have to deal with this is new to us. We have to learn how to deal with this. We have to learn how to deal with the having a kid in this situation, being a manager, being this and being that, being influenced by money because they know they were and like all these other stuff. And a lot of these artists, I think, those type of artists, compared to y'all get to do the real things. You get to do what's coming from your heart. You get to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and then put out that poem and that song and that painting that you want. But they literally have to do what they're told to do. And then if you're not doing it right or whatever, then you're canceled. Like, Brittany and like all these other people that are killed, like Prince and Michael. And
The opposite of Chris Brown, and I love him, John Legend. Like, bro, you just sing good. You don't be talking about shit. Right? Am I tripping?
It's lovey-dovey stuff, but I think John's one of those people too. What'd you say?
Right, he about to work. Yeah, I feel you.
None of this music stuff. I love every artist. All right, they're all great and awesome, and they do whatever they're supposed to be doing. Oh,
He's
John
trying to
Legend.
make sure
Oh,
he in the future for the future.
Yeah, but I agree. Like John Legend to me is one of those like highly skilled entertainers, musicians, but he don't have
No
the juice.
creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's under contract. Like when he is basically like, when Nikki, when she was going wild, she was going crazy and all this other stuff, that's contract stuff. Like she said before, she wasn't doing the stuff that she wanted to do. She wasn't being passionate about it because she had to produce. She had to produce. She wasn't just releasing things that were her.
So I saw a glimpse of that as a poet. And it was like some of the biggest money I ever seen.
Yeah.
And it was like, but you can't talk about that, and that. Like, what nigga, that's the essence of me. That's my shit.
Yeah.
Now I'm a writer, I can write about anything, and I just really literally saw my brain that shit playing out. Like I like you ain't gonna throw those names out there, but I'm like, bro, you suck dick for this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the metaphorical business thing, Like, yo, you gave up your spirit, your artistry for, and I might do it a few times if it brings me time. But I ain't gonna make a career out of this shit.
But that's how they get you because they be like wanting you to be like, in reality, did you want your artistry out there? Did you want the fame and the money and the luxury? So it's like, you gotta fight with that stuff. Okay, so one last question because I wanted to get you guys into the vibe, but how do you guys feel about that? Like about if you had to sell out to continue or explore your artistry, would you like, maybe just a little bit, I could bring it back? Or
What's selling out?
like that, like not being able to sing the songs that you want, the lyrics that you want to put out there. It not really being solo, it being like
That won't work.
no.
But I promise you it's not me. Maybe it's my voice. Okay, so because I write my own stuff and I write for other people, I would feel like I should be able to just, keep doing it. So if they wanted to change that, I don't know. Like, because nobody's ever, written a song for me. So I don't know if I'm, in that space.
What about you?
I wouldn't do it to my artistry, but I would definitely be down to write somebody else's corny shit. You know what I'm saying? Right, but I can't imagine myself doing that.
Like performing it and then words coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
They wanted me to write a poem about, I'm sorry, they wanted me to write a poem about Donald Trump in a positive light. And I mean, it was a bag, y'all. I was like, I'll be a clown. I'll be a fucking clown. And but the dad in me, the bill payer, was like, what's the way you know what I'm saying? Like, but my brain was like, bro, put it away. Tell him no. Just tell him no.
I couldn't do that, man, because I'm just like, I know my worth. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people gonna feel my stuff no matter what. You know, because I know what I'm bringing to the table. So I'm not gonna sit up here and grab the bait on something just to change up everything. I can't do that.
Yeah, I feel y'all. I feel y'all. I could not. I would take it quick and in a hurry to get the hell up on my face because I would not be able to do that. But I'm glad you guys wouldn't be either because I honestly, I love local artists and I love like underground people because you guys honestly say what you want and say what you feel and say what we experience as a culture, a community, and overall just like, you know, the real shit that actually happens in the world are made of pretty nice and set up exactly perfectly for that picture. So I'm glad that you guys are out here doing it. So can we get some vibes? I want to see you paint and I want to see you guys perform. Can y'all give us a little vibe, please? Okay. Wayne, can you give us? Can you kick it off for us?
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, y'all can.
Hi. My name is Wayne Henry, and I still get nervous standing on stage in front of groups of people. No, hi. My name is Wayne Henry, and I'm a poet, which means I make a living out of turning scars into beautiful works of art. No, hi. My name is Wayne Henry. And I've mastered the art of falling from the sky. They tell me I'm flying. I must get high all the time. No, I'm not a weed head. I'm an alcoholic. No, wait, hi. My name is Wayne Henry. And if you put vodka in the sun, I drink the blue right out of the sky. That's stupid. No, hi. My name is Wayne Henry, and I get so drunk, I try to fist fight forgiveness because I'm never sorry, I'm sorrow. So, hi, my name is Wayne Henry, and I am sorrow. A feeling of loss, and I lost me a long time ago. I'm not even really here. This is a projection of some shit I wrote a long time. My name is Wayne Henry. And I hold love like a kite string made out of barbed wire. No, hi, my name is Wayne Henry. They call me the Dallas City dinosaur, South Central artifact, left alone with my vices and literary devices. I might just rewrite this righteously at night. It's not a crime. What am I? A glutton for applause and punishment. No, hi, my name is Wayne Henry, and I apologize if you thought you was about to hear a spoken word performance. No. This is a self-performed human autopsy. I hope you find peace in the pieces of me I seem to love to discard. I mean, no, hi, my name is Wayne Henry, and I write some dope shit.
Poet. Hey, poet.
If my heart, if my heart was a house for love, it would deface my welcome mat to read emergency exit or do not enter. Only those that have would truly understand the warning. My front door would pretend to be a revolving one. It would symbolize the whirlwind waiting on the other side where my window panes drip tears while the curtains do their best to dry them in this house. My ceiling fans have long forgotten how to air out the breath of last night's argument. It carries the smell of lies and decay, and so for my hallways equip themselves with umbrellas and raincoats because they seen my emotions transform into storms that love to flood the life out of the living room, causing family pictures to wash up onto the shores of medicine cabinets where antidepressants try to tell me to vomit my joy and hope into the toilet. My vanity mirror have long forgotten its purpose. Mirror, mirror on the wall, no longer tells me about my beauty, only my flaws and insecurity. That explains the broken glass and the 7 years of bad luck. I mean, who has time for the ugly truth when my bedroom is a cemetery where all of my ghosts come and haunt me, and on nights when I'm lonely, they make love to me. We sing them lullabies with instruments carved out of my misery that convince I need their company, and maybe they're right. Because sometimes I need someone to be there to scrub my back when I'm bathing in a tub overflowing with suicidal thoughts. I just grow tired of cleaning all my shame and guilt off the patio deck. My attic is filled with issues I refuse to discuss, but it's overshadowed by that loud pounding in the basement while I store all of my ex-lovers' disappointments. I go down there every time I think I want to fall in love again. And if these walls could talk, they asked her about the man she needed me to be. They'll tell the story about the broken man that hides all of his fracture inside of a poem. If my heart was a house for love, I would call it the home for forgotten things. A morgue of emotions. That house that broken built. An extended metaphor for love me in a way I truly don't know how to love you in return. If my heart was a house for love, I would call it the house of Frankenstein. You may not like it here. You'll tell me that you love me here, but you'll always end up leaving. Actually, we were talking earlier about the passion for writing. Bella, do I have time to write spit the poem I wrote last night? So this is some new shit.
New shit?
The higher you build walls around your heart, the harder you fall when someone tears them down. And poetry was the first one to love me, to tear me down. I apologize to every woman that fell in love with me afterwards, because even in the beginning, you were an afterthought. Poetry came in search of me. Poetry did not save me, it made love to me. So I don't write metaphors. These is metamorphosis, morphing into some more shit. The first time I wrote a line, I was hypnotized. Convinced that these here poems was the gift I was allowed to provide for the rest of my life. Poetry touched me in a way you never will. I'll never heal if this is how good reading out loud feels, they say. They say the only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be, and I decided to be madly in love with you. Like this beautiful world of ours, dangerously craving sunshine. Poetry is the highest of happiness and the deepest of sorrow. So I am a polar ice glacier melting at the sight of you. The sea level rises while the moon's gravity tries its best to make sense of it all. You call it addiction, I call it transcendence. It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable, yet I kneel at the very thought of you walking on coals of hell just to gaze at burning flowers, roses, and into soot. I am mesmerized. If what doesn't kill me makes me stronger, then you made a God out of me. I am ruptured rapture, the catastrophe bellow of Jacob's horn, a holy holocaust, a sanctimonious suicide. They say you loved me gruesomely. I think they said gorgeously, and called them synonyms and loved you anyway.
Thank you for that, Samuel. Can you do this? Arrive, please.
Will I be using this mic? You can hear me? Can everybody hear me? Raise your hand if you can hear me. There we go. All right. So, once again, my name is Soho, S-O-H-O. Today, I'll be performing a few tracks from my latest album called Cross My Heart. So, as you can guess, it's about hearts crossing. This first song will be called Long Way. It's just, letting the girl know that even though she doesn't say what she means, you fuck with her the wrong way. Anyway. Yeah. Never once before seen such a sight. When a woman like you, she comes alive. Almost sucked me dry, glad I survived. You fly by night, land like a mine. You call me crazy for the things that I know. I call you shady for the things that you show. I'm thinking we should pick a place and lay low. Guess you could blame me, I love things I don't know. We get in our own way. How am I addicted to the wrong things? Pay way more attention to what you don't say. Girl, you know I fucks with you the long way. But how much more you gon' play? How am I addicted to the wrong things? Pay way more attention to what I'm gon' say. Girl, you know I fucks with you the long way. So I'ma need you more than one time. More than once. Yeah. I'ma need you more than one time. More than once. I'ma need you more than once. And I try my hand at other thrills. And a few came close, but others real. Although most things change, some never will. Like how you live, like how I feel. Still, you call me crazy for the things that I know. I call you shady for the things that you show. I'm thinking we should pick a place and lay low. Guess you could blame me, I love things I don't know. How am I addicted to the wrong things? Pay way more attention to what you don't say. Girl, you know I fuck with you the long way. But how much more you gon' play? How am I addicted to the wrong things? Pay way more attention to what I'm gon' say. Girl, you know I fuck with you the long way. So I'ma need you more than one time. More than once. Yeah. I'ma need you more than one time. More than once. I'ma need you more than once. Yeah. I love songs with 2 parts. It's like my favorite shit. You can move freely, I won't chain you down. Give you some space so you can breathe. Where did I see it? You don't have to know. You can exhale when you're with me. Know that sometimes you let things weigh you down, but that ain't the way it's gotta be. Know you get tired of the run around. You should spend time running with me. I was up all night waiting for lightning strike. When you cloud my mind, it's hard to find a time. What we do so dark, you never see the light.
So I'ma keep it light. She said keep it G like I won't stain myself. You need somebody that's gonna kiss, won't tell. Well, even though I know it won't end well, I'll pretend I can't tell. Not my L, make you calm, make you yell, then farewell. You can move free, I won't chain you down. Give you some space so you can breathe. Way that I see, you don't have to know. You can exhale when you're with me. Know that sometimes you let things weigh you down, but that ain't the way it's gotta be. Know you get tired of the run around. You should spend time running with me. Again, that was called Long Way. It's off my latest album called Cross My Heart. The next song will be called Tell Me, also from Cross My Heart. Like I said, we in this whole little bag right now. So, if you would, just tell me what you need. Tell me what you need from me, and watch it all power. Open up like canopy, the things you should be proud of. Don't be disappointed, you appointed who you with. You got who you wanted, still you weren't feeling it. No, I feel you out and fill you up, I'm feeling it. Say you been tied up with this and then I'm hearing it. Know the way we gone, probably shouldn't hit the net. All this back and forth, babe, I'm not a swing set. You just use your voice to make a choice and that's a bet. Told them what you wanted and you still ain't get it yet. Tell me what you need from me, and watch it all follow. Open up like canopy, you think you should be proud of. I know you cry out for me, you could be a little louder. Watch, let me hit it on the balcony, sights and sounds all around us. You want to cross and don't know how to deal, no time to kill, let it live, baby, let it live. There's no shame in how you feel, let heaven heal all the hurt we let earth reveal. Countless and countless things point of view, I follow the sun, say I point to you. No love I never needed, things from you. I only ever want what's best for you. Tell me what you need from me, and watch it all follow. Open up like canopy, you things you should be proud of. I know you cry out for me, you could be a little louder. Watch, let me hit it on the balcony, sights and sounds all around us. So, as you can see, that song's about somebody that just won't say what they need to say. It's like a thing that's happening here, too. Long Way, Tell Me. Everybody got home. So this last song is called No Place Like Home, because even though people leave, they usually come back. You can sit in. Just hold on to me when I'm near you. I promise I hear you. There's no need to feel alone. You're where you're supposed to be. I'll be your peace, but there's no place like home. Talk to me nicely, pricey. Never knew you shine so brightly, I see. Everything they try to deny me, right? Working all day just to spend the night. We can switch it up, maybe catch a vibe. Get you out that side that you basted. How you only feel strong on the weekend. Cause at the end of the day, know the day is. Just hold on to me when I'm near you. I promise I hear you. There's no need to feel alone. You're where you're supposed to be. I'll be your peace where there's no place like home. Tell me if you're down for the ride, or at the very least you're down for a slide. Know you reminisce on the side. It's all fun and games till you try. Know what it is you would need, I oblige. I'm up to speed, but the stop on the dime. Look, let me put some strings, check some times. I know you hide from the fame cause you shy. Me too. As I look at the camera. Thank all y'all for watching. Hope you enjoy what you see. I've had fun tonight. Just hold on to me when I'm near you. I promise I hear you. There's no need to feel alone. You're where you're supposed to be. I'll be your peace, but there's no place like home. Say you wanna crash for the night. Hope you pack the bag for the flight. With that little thing that I like. I'll do all the things that you like. That's like everything that you like. I fulfill your needs, baby. You can count on me like the time. But who really knows the time? I could really reach your mind. Got my hands on your spine like a book, baby. Look, baby, getting ready for a crook, baby. Good places, know the whole damn hood hate it. But good, baby, they ain't treat you like they should, baby. Like I would, baby, get it understood, baby. Y'all pleasure, no stressors, just pressure, maybe. We should take a trip to Vegas for a weekend getaway. Place a big racing steaks, gamble all over the place. Give a damn if it's late, you can be my dinner plate. Bad bitch trying to escape, finna get a figure 8 way. Just hold on to me when I'm near you. I promise I hear you. There's no need to feel alone. You're where you're supposed to be. I'll be your peace where there's no place like home. Once again, I am Soho. You can follow me on all social media at I Said So Ho. So fun to say, man.
He said rewind.
Oh, damn, okay, damn. What was before that?
He said, I'm not on the poet level yet.
Damn. What did I say? We should take a trip to Vegas for a weekday getaway. Place a big race of steaks, gamble all over the place. Give a damn if it's late, you can be my dinner plate. Bad bitch trying to skate, finna get a figure 8 ways. Yeah, that'll go over that.
Really quick before, because Wayne's gonna give us a little. You're done, right?
I'm done.
Okay, wait. So, tell us about the songs really quick, when you write them, and the vibe.
Okay, so those songs were all written pretty much over COVID, like maybe the last couple of years. How do I explain it? So like I like music, and I used to like make really like hard rap, but I found out that I prefer to sing. So in there comes different topics and things like that. So I kind of like to put myself in the mind of somebody that's in love but isn't receiving the love they need, because there's so much room for introspection. So like, you know what I mean? You learn more about yourself, you learn more about the people you deal with, and I think that that's what it's supposed to be. So Long Way, Tell Me, and No Place Like Home are all like me trying to tell somebody, hey, even though you aren't getting what you need or you're not getting me what I need, we can still figure this out and twins, you know. So yeah. If you felt that, go follow me, you know. All my music's on Apple Music and shit. Find me, I'll find you back.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that vibe. So, let's bring our Wayne one more time. He's gonna give us a vibe, and you can stay up there. Yeah. So we can.
It's a fire alarm, bro. Skate and make a feet ache. It's a feet ache. Come on, man. I like fucking love. I love life, bro.
Really quick, let's show some love to Chris over here. I know he told me, he was like, I don't have to finish this right now, right? But it looks pretty good. It looks good.
Yeah, it's dope.
Chris, we see you. All right, let's get about it.
So, you mind if I try to do it off mic?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, this poem is one of my favorite pieces. Every show, every set I do, I like to end with this poem. So, this poem is a poet's attempt at honesty. Honestly, I have to get really drunk to write about my life and put it inside of a poem. It's like Hennessy and tequila numbs the hurt the truth as hurricanes through my teeth. My truth is fire and brimstone raining down from the eyes of heaven. So I make umbrellas out of my insecurities just to stand there in the flames. My addiction to burning beautifully makes me believe that some days I don't have to poet of these poems, that my demons take hold of my pen and scribble agony across my face like war paint. No, honestly, I write love letters for angels to give to God because I'm too afraid to face him personally. Like I won't survive the glare of his judgment, more afraid that God just might be one giant vanity mirror that reflects all my flaws that he created in his image, my beautiful bipolar Jesus, but I digress. I have a habit of picking my own scabs or scratching to the sight of blood. My mother tells me it's something I do out of nervousness. My ex says it's me obsessing over scars before they occur, that I'm just afraid to be beautiful. But honestly, beautiful things rather be avoided and left alone than to be loved just to become broken. No, honestly, beautiful broken things daydream about one day becoming monsters, because monsters can never be weak or vulnerable, fragile, or anything that makes us look like victims, because victims stand out like the nose of Pinocchio. When placed on the lap of Geppetto and asked, how does it feel to be alive? How does it feel to be a real boy? No, honestly, some victims grow to be 6 foot tall, dark-skinned, baritone, dreadlock poets screaming for help. And between the safety of metaphors, help, looking for words that make being molested as a child feel like a spiritual masculine cleansing, girl's fingerprints pregnant to lives escaping the confines of my pores, help. I hide pain like treasure in chest, a prisoner in rib cage, help. I swallowed a poem full of caterpillars and hopes of one day robbing beautiful butterflies, help. I go tired of slicing my silence on simile and soliloquies because help is too weak of a word for a batshit crazy black man still insane enough to believe that one day I could be loved because my two lips have a habit of kissing a woman's temple into demolition. Then I try to rebuild her from the rubble like I didn't just ruin everything she structured to make me smile. So honestly, I'm a black cloud that reigns inside of a glass house, begging to break out before I break down, and all that can be found in whispers of my poems. They never had a chance to make a sound because heaven sends me love letters with no return address. So it feels like I'm writing myself in hopes to write myself, and I'm not sure if God is proud of the mess I love to make of me. So if ever my poems sound like prayers, it's because I stand on the stage and pretend that you are the ears of heaven, and these words are the shadow of my crucifixion as I nail myself to a fucking microphone. No, honestly, these poems are gifted from a poet, too broken, too tired, and honestly too fucking sober to continue fighting them alone. But thank you for washing away all of my sins, for carrying all of my burdens. At the end of every single last one of my poems, I pretend that you are heaven. I pretend that you are my God. Thank you.
you let the people know where they can find you one more time, please?
Dreadful Poet on Instagram, DREADFUL_POET. You can see my poems on YouTube. Just type in Wayne Henry Poetry and some videos will pop up. You know where to find me. Quit playing.
No, it's all said so.
Nocturnal_artwork on Instagram, and then if you want to get any merch, buy some prints or canvas prints, nocturnalartwork.net.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I really enjoyed listening to you, both of y'all, and watching you paint. And you're doing amazing, even though you said you weren't going to get it all done. It looks so good.
Okay.
Like, it is.
Right.
It is a little bit of time. You're so good. Did you think you were going to get this far?
No, but I kind of got like an inspiration from a dream that I had. Like when they was performing, it kind of made me think about the dream I had, and then that's what I went with. I had a dream that it was crazy. Like it actually made me start crying. Like when I woke up, I was just like, but it was I was moving, and then like when I was moving, there was a man. I seen an old man outside, and he had his hat on. And he had a bunch of them. He had one on, and he had a bunch of the same hat. And then he had, I asked him, I said, "Say, why do you have so many hats?" And he was like, "My wife had made them for me." And then I was like, "Oh," he's like, "So I'm passing them out, but the one I got on my head, I'm gonna keep it." And apparently, like his wife had passed away, but that was something she was passionate about, like making hats. So then he had said something, I don't know what he said, but I remember he had this beard. And then I asked him, he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna keep my hat on." He said, "And then hopefully, when I make it to heaven, my wife can see me with my hat on and my beard." And I told him, I said, "Man, why you still want your beard?" I said, "Don't you want to look young?" And he had told me, he said, "Man, nah." He's like, "That beard," he said, "that's how I got here." He said, "All that wisdom and stuff, I had to go through all that. I earned this beard." And then he said, "So my wife see me, she left me, but I gained all this wisdom while she was gone. I got this beard, and I want to see her basically in his at his full potential, like his most wise self." And I was like, "Dang, yeah, that was a dream." I woke up all like, "Dang." Yeah, man. I was like, "Dang." He was rubbing the beard while he talked to me. He was rubbing the beard. He was smiling. That's what he kind of looked like in the dream. So that's why I woke up.
That's what I was thinking the whole time when you were doing it before you put the gray on it. I was like, damn, that looked like he was doing a picture of himself. See, that's probably you.
Yeah, sure. I was just doing my thing. But that's why I was saying though, like, I'm real passionate about that. I tell anybody, man, if you're an artist or something like that, man, do your thing. Like, don't try to mimic somebody else. Like, you can get inspiration, but I feel like you're gonna really, really stand out, and people gonna see and feel you when you do your thing. There's an artist in here that I always be telling her that she know what I'm talking about. I always be telling her, like, I said to let my mom listen to him, like, she got potential, she got on sound, but that's just what I'm talking about. I tell every artist that, like, do your thing. Don't try to conform to everybody else. Do your thing.
That's awesome. Well, you're very talented, and that looks great. We're so happy that you were able to get inspired and be vibing out and remember that dream, because it was a good one. So thank you so much for joining us today. And you gave your hymn, right?
Yes,
awesome.
yes.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Okay, so we're gonna be back next week on Wednesday again here at the market. You guys make sure please follow the artists that are here today. Go to the page, comment, follow, share, all that good stuff. Y'all, before we get off, make sure you follow me on as Bella, 3_AZUL. And we're gonna be having a show this weekend in Austin, so make sure you go and check that out if you're on town. And if you're here in Dallas, we're gonna be at the 9 tomorrow. So make sure you check that out as well. But we'll see you guys Wednesday. Peace. Woo.
Dreadful Poet on Instagram, Wayne Henry the Poet. On YouTube, Dreadful, DREADFUL_POET. Appreciate it, y'all been on it.
Okay, but no, seriously. No, man. So, wait. I said, so.
Be nice to my people.
Y'all can find me on Instagram at nocturnal_artwork, and you can find any of my work on nocturnalartwork.net.
Y'all, we're gone. We're so tired. We're here for y'all next week, okay? Peace.
I kept